Louis de Rocher was the youngest of four sons born to French-Canadian parents. They did not speak English at home, and when he started elementary school, he didn't speak English either. Family lived 2 blocks from Rabbit Moranville, a great shortstop in his day. Moranville gave de Rocher a glove and taught him some things about baseball that stuck. He's a good athlete in high school, went to Holy Cross, but got suspended after he hit a teacher. And scouted by the Yankees. He was signed by the Yankees, where he played on the 1927 team that many feel is the greatest team of all time. Babe Ruth had a nickname for de Rocher, the All-American Out. Not a good offensive player. He had about 245 for a career, but he could win in other ways and play great defense. De Rocher went from the Yankees to the Cardinals, where he was his characteristics were appreciated. He was a fiery, vicious bench jockey. I think he's the one who came up with the gas house name for that era of Cardinals. Played with the Cardinals in the 1934 World Series. But before long, he was traded to the Dodgers. I shouldn't forget the Reds. He played with the Cincinnati Reds for a short while in there, I think, maybe between New York and St. Louis. But he ended up with the Dodgers and was a shortstop there, and then eventually made a playing manager. And in his first 2 years, he turned around the Dodgers' fortunes, and 41 got them to the World Series. Very famous for the saying, "Nice guys finish last," although I don't think he exactly said it that way. I think it was something like, "Look over at Mel Ott over there. He's a nice guy, and he finishes second." And now look at Eddie Stanky. He can't hit, can't run, can't field. He's not a nice guy, but the little guy can win. All he can do is win. And that's the kind of players he liked. He liked hard-driving players who were not necessarily nice guys. If he wanted one of his pitchers to hit a batter, he'd yell from the dugout, stick it in his ear, and he expected the pitcher to hit the batter. He had trouble getting along with his general manager, Larry McPhail, and ultimately what got him in trouble was his marriage to Lorraine Day, famous movie star in Hollywood. Lorraine Day was divorced in 1946 in December. The judge ruled that she was not to get married for a year. So the divorce was in December of 46, and in January of 47, she and de Rocher went to Mexico and got married. And when they came back, that judge said marriage was illegal. CYO, Catholic Youth Organization in New York, complained, and baseball suspended de Rocher from the 1947 season. Later in his managerial career, he moved to the New York Giants, led them to the 51 World pennant, and also 54 World Series, where that's the only World Series that he won, sweeping the Cleveland Indians. De Rocher also made the movies and television situational comedies. The one I remember the most is him being on the Munsters, trying to turn Herman Munster into the next Mickey Mantle. All in all, he was a great manager, winning 2,008 games and is in the Hall of Fame. Good afternoon, everybody. This is Apba Brian with the Apba Baseball Classics channel. This is Game 11 of the National League Double Elimination Tournament, featuring the Chicago Cubs at Ebbets Field to play the Brooklyn Dodgers. Here's your starting lineups for today's game. Leading off and playing left field for the Chicago Cubs is Phil Cavarretta. Lou Stringer is at second base. Let's get this focused in. Stan Hicks at third base. Bill Nicholson is in right field. Babe Dahlgren at first base. Dim D'Alessandro is in left field. Mac McCullough, the catcher. Bobby Sturgeon at shortstop. And the pitcher is Bill Lee, grade C, Z modifier. For the Brooklyn Dodgers, Cookie Lavagetto leads off and plays third base. Billy Herman is at second base. Pete Reeser is the center fielder. Dolph Camilli is at first base. Dixie Walker is in left field. Ducky Medwick is in right field. Mickey Owen is the catcher. Pee Wee Reese, shortstop. And Kurt Davis is the pitcher. He is a grade B, pitcher with the Z modifier. Let's see Reese's injury rating. J1. Don't often use injuries in Apba. In today's game, we're going to use basic Apba, and I think we'll just go straight with basic Apba all the way through. I don't usually do that. We'll just let the stealing be automatic and everything that happens. One thing I want to remember to do is declare playing it safe on the base paths if we have slow runners or other situations that might dictate that. Now, under the scoreboard, we have the pitchers' ratings, the Brooklyn Dodgers on the left side, the home side, and the Cubs on the right side. I think we're ready to begin. Okay, so I had the wrong ratings. Up there, BZ is Kurt Davis, and CZ is the rating for Bill Lee. Neither are strikeout pitchers, but they are good control pitchers. Here's the first pitch of the ball game. Phil Cavarretta steps in for the Cubs. This is not an elimination game. Both teams are 2-0. Here's the pitch to Phil Cavarretta. 65 is a pop out to the catcher. 1 down. Loose stringer. 34 is a fly ball to the center fielder, Pete Reeser. And Stan Hack. 44 is going to be a single for smiling Stan Hack. Bill Nicholson. Powerful outfielder for the Cubs, 26 home runs in 1941. 56 is a swing and a miss, though, strike 3. We go to the bottom of the first, no score. Cookie Lavagetto leads off for the Brooklyn Dodgers. He's 2 for 9 with a double in this tournament. 26 is a ground ball back to the pitcher. 1 down. Kurt Davis will work to Billy Herman now. 36 is a walk. Pete Reeser. Pete Reeser is a good hitter, but he's looking for his first hit in the tournament. He's 0 for 9. Here's the pitch to Reeser. 41 is a 28 with a runner on first. Cubs are fielding column 2. That's a 6-3 ground out. And Herman is able to go to second. Dolph Camilli. 56 is a 34. That's going to be fielding column 2. Pop out to the shortstop. 3 outs. We go to the top of the second inning, no score. Babe Dahlgren will lead off for the Cubs. 34 is a fly out to the center fielder, Pete Reeser. 1 down. Dom D'Alessandro. 34 is a fly out to Reeser. 2 outs. Clyde McCullough. 35 is a 36. That's going to be a ball. 65 is a pop out to the catcher. 3 up and 3 down. Go to the bottom of the second, no score. Dixie Walker leads off for the Brooklyn Dodgers. 32 is a ground ball to second base. He is retired. Ducky Medwick, formerly of the Gas House Championship teams. 1-5. Base hit for Medwick. He was a teammate of Leo DeRocher, his manager on those teams. Mickey Owen. .51 is a 9. It gets a C. It is a ground out to third. Runner goes to second. Pee Wee Reese. 51 is a 9. And that's a unassisted play by the first baseman. We go to the third, still no score. All right, Bobby Sturgeon leads off for the Cubs. He was a Navy man in World War II. Then he came back from the war in '46 to have a career high 296 batting average. A lot of players, when they came back from World War II, did not have their best season, but Bobby Sturgeon did. 33 is a base hit for Sturgeon. Fast runner at first base. Billy will try to sacrifice him to second. 16 is a 28. And it is a successful sacrifice. Pitcher to second baseman covering. Sturgeon goes to second. Phil Cavaretta. Cavaretta was probably Mr. Cub before Ernie Banks came along. He played 19 years with the Cubs. Was the 1945 MVP and of both the regular season and the World Series. Here's the pitch to Cavaretta. 21 is going to be a 12, fielding column 1. That's a strikeout. 2 outs. And it's going to be up to Lou Stringer to get the runner home. Here's the pitch. 42 is a swing and miss for strike 3. Go to the bottom of the third, still no score. In this tournament, the Chicago Cubs have had, the Brooklyn Dodgers have had no semblance of offense. They won both their games by 1-0 counts. Looking for the first run here in the third game. Here's the pitch to the pitcher, Kurt Davis. 44 is a single by the pitcher against the C pitcher, and 8's a single. Average speed at first. Cookie Lavagetto is the batter. 56 is a pop out to the shortstop. Billy Herman. 25 is an 8. That against a B pitcher, it's going to be a ground out to second. The runner goes to second. Ground out to third, throw over to first. 2 outs. All right, this is a great time for Pete Reeser to get his first hit in the tournament. He's 0 for 10. 44 is a 7, and that is going to be a run-scoring single for Pete Reeser. Davis, the pitcher, scores. Brooklyn 1, Chicago 0. Right on cue, Pete Reeser delivers. Dolph Camilli. 36 is a 2 balls and no strikes. He has a Z modifier. All he does. 46 is a swing and a miss for strike 3. But we go to the 4th inning. It's Brooklyn 1, Chicago 0. Stan Heck is a career .301 hitter. Will lead off the 4th for the Chicago Cubs. He was a opposite field hitter throughout his career. 1-2 is a ground ball to the pitcher. 1 away. He is hot in this tournament, though, Heck. He is 8 for 10, now 8 for 11. Bill Nicholson. And I lost my white die. It's a 3. 36 is a Pop out the second. 2 outs. Babe Dahlgren, former Yankee. 61 is a ground out to the shortstop. We go to the bottom of the fourth, 1-0, Brooklyn. Dixie Walker leads off for the Dodgers, 2 for 9 in the tournament. 63 is a fly out to the center fielder. 1 away. Ducky Medwick. 35 is a 9 against the C. It's going to be a pop out to third base. 2 outs. Medwick's 1 for 2. Catcher Mickey Owen. And we got the wrong batter up there. Mickey Owen. 65 is a pop out to the catcher. 3 up and 3 down. Go to the top of the fifth. It is Brooklyn 1, Chicago 0. Here's Dom D'Alessandro, the center fielder. 1-6 is a ground out to shortstop. Clyde McCullough. 23 is a ground out to the second baseman, Billy Herman. Bobby Sturgeon. 46 is a ground ball back to the pitcher, Kurt Davis. 3 up and 3 down for the Cubs. Go to the bottom of the fifth. 1-0, Brooklyn. Catcher Mickey Owen. 6-6 roll, that's a hit column. 63 is going to be a double. Oh, shouldn't be Owen. Should be Pee Wee Reese. So you have the hit column roll, 6-6, and 63. It's going to be a double for Pee Wee Reese. Maybe this will get the Dodger offense started. Here is Kurt Davis. He will square around and sacrifice. 55 is an 8. Successful sacrifice, 1-4. Reese goes to third. It'd be 90 feet away with one out, and Cookie Levigetto is the hitter. Levigetto's 2 for 11 in the series. Doesn't need to get a hit here, though. All he needs is a fly ball. Here's the pitch. 36 is going to be ball 4. It does set up a potential double play. And Billy Herman is the batter. 285 hitter. 56 is not going to get it done. It's a 34. Oh, wait a minute. First and third, that's a fly out to left field. And Reese will tag and score. So it's 2-0 Brooklyn, which in this tournament is, for them, an offensive explosion. It's only the 4th run they've scored in the tournament. But they're 2-0. Here's Pete Reeser with the runner on first, and now 2 outs. 25 is a base hit for Pete Reeser. Runner goes to third. First and third, Brooklyn. Dolph Camilli, considering that Brooklyn pitching has not given up a run yet in this tournament, he could blow things open here. Here's the pitch to Camilli. 51 is a 9 against a grade C. First and third, that's going to be a single over short. And Reeser will get the third. Levigetto scores. It is 3-0 Brooklyn. Timeout. All right, Jake Moody is warming up in the bullpen for Chicago, but not for this batter. Bill Lee is scheduled to bat first in the 6th inning. Let's see if he can get Walker out. 43 is a 29. That's going to be a ground out to the pitcher, and he does get Walker out, but not until Brooklyn scores 2 times. It's the Dodgers 3 and the Cubs 0 as we go to the 6th inning. The Cubs will go with the pitch hitter in the top of the sixth. That's Charlie Gilbert. Jacob Moody is still working in the bullpen. He'll be the pitcher in the bottom of the sixth. Here's the pitch to Gilbert by Kurt Davis. That's a hit column roll. 6-6 roll. That's a triple to right field by Jacob Moody, the pitch hitter. That is only the third hit by Chicago in this game, and by far the biggest one. Phil Cavarretta comes to bat. Brooklyn will play their infield back. 21 is a 12. That is a double play fly out. The runner tags, and he is thrown out by the right fielder at the plate, and Cubs aren't going to get anything out of this. And that is Ducky Medwick in right field making that play. So 2 outs, and Lou Stringer the batter. 43 is a ground ball back to the pitcher, 1-3. Very promising start for Chicago, goes to nothing. We go to the bottom of the sixth, 3-0 Dodgers. All right, the new pitcher for the Chicago Cubs is Jacob Moody. He is a grade B pitcher with no modifier. So we'll change his pitching grade on the scoreboard. And leading off for the Brooklyn Dodgers is, of course, Joe Medwick, who makes the fine throw from right field. And here's the pitch from Moody to Medwick. 6-6 roll. There's a drive. It might be. It could be. It is out of here. A home run for Joe Medwick. That makes the score 4-0 Brooklyn. The catcher, Mickey Owen. 26 is a fly ball right field. That one is not deep enough and is caught. One down, Pee Wee Reese. 33, that's a base hit for Reese. 2 for 3 in the game. Fast runner at first with 1 out. Here's a pitcher, Kurt Davis. He will swing away. 61 is going to be a double play. 6-4-3. But the Dodgers tack on one more, and they lead 4-0 going into the 7th inning. All right, Stan Hick will lead off for the Cubs in the top of the 7th. His best years were 1940 and 41. He had .317 in both of those seasons. 52 is a 27 ground out to third base. Here's Bill Nicholson. 22 is a single for Nicholson. A slow runner at first, so the Cubs will play it safe. Babe Dahlgren's the hitter. .55 is a 8 against a B. That is a ground out to third. 5-3. Nicholson goes to second. Dominic D'Alessandro, 5'6", center fielder for the Cubs, will hit with 2 outs. Cubs need this run to get back, have any hope of getting back in this. He draws a walk. First and second, Clyde McCullough. .65 is going to be a foul out to the catcher. 3 outs. We go to the bottom of the 7th. No run for the Cubs, 4 for the Dodgers. Top of the order, and looky, it's Cookie. Leading off for the Dodgers, 56 is a 34 pop out to the shortstop. One away. Billy Herman. 36 is a walk. Pete Reeser. Herman is, I think, he's slow, so they're going to play it safe at first. 33, that's a 5. That is going to be against a B pitcher, a drive. over toward right center field. It is out of here. A home run for Pete Racer. And he came into the game 0 for 9 in the tournament, but is 3 for 4. And makes the Dodgers lead now 6-0. And considering the fact that the Dodgers pitching has not given up a run in the tournament, I think the horse is out of the barn. Here's the pitch to Dolph Camilli, 41, is a swing and a miss, strike 3, 2 down. 2 runs are in the inning. Here is Dixie Walker. 61 is a 40, foul ball. One 5 is going to be a flat center field. But the Dodgers score 2. We are the top of the 8th. Brooklyn 6, Chicago nothing. Bobby Sturgeon leads off for Chicago in the 8th. 54 is a fly ball to right field, 1 down. Sturgeon is 1 for 3 in the game. Here's the pitcher, Jacob Moody, and he will be hit for. Okay, pitch hitting for the Cubs is Lenny Marullo. 55 is going to be an 8 against the B. It's a fly out to center field. 2 outs. Phil Cavaretta. 1-1, that's a hit column roll. 46 is a double. We've only had, let's see, 2, 4, 5 hits in the game. 2 of them have been extra base hits. One a triple, one here now a double. Loose Stringer's the batter. 55 is an 8 against the B. That's going to be a ground out to the pitcher. 1-3, we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. 6-0 Dodgers. New pitcher for the Cubs is Paul Little Abner Erickson, grade C pitcher, X modifier. He's a right-hander from Zion, Illinois. Decky Medwick leads off for the Dodgers. 61 is a ground ball to shortstop. 1 away. Mickey Owen. 46 is a ground ball to pitcher. 2 outs. And now Pee Wee Reese. Reese is 2 for 3. Single and double. 1-6 is a rollout to the shortstop. 6-3. We go to the top of the 9th. 6-0 Brooklyn. Kurt Davis goes back to the mound. He's making a bid to throw the Dodgers' 3rd consecutive shutout in this tournament. Stan Heck, Bill Nicholson, and Babe Dahlgren stand in his way. Here's the pitch to Stan Heck. 44 is a single, leadoff single by the Cubs. Fast runner at first. Bill Nicholson. 42 is a 2 balls and no strike count. He is 1 batter away from his point of fatigue. Davis. 53 is a 16 fielding column 1. That's going to be a single to center field. And runners are on first and second for Chicago with nobody out. Babe Dahlgren. Here's the pitch to Dahlgren. 26 is the infield pop-up to second base, caught by Billy Herman. 1 away. Dominic D'Alessandro. 34 is a fly ball to center field, not very deep. 2 outs, caught by Pete Reeser. And now the Cubs' last chance, Clyde McCullough, the catcher. 65 is a foul out to the catcher, and that's the final out of the ball game. Kurt Davis gets his shutout, and Brooklyn takes this game 6-0. We'll be back with a wrap-up. All right, in today's game, the Cubs scored no runs on 7 hits and no errors. Brooklyn scored 6 runs on 9 hits and no errors. The winning pitcher was Kurt Davis. He went 9 innings, threw a shutout, third straight for the Dodgers. It's going to be up to Hugh Casey, who starts game 4 in this tournament for Brooklyn, to accept the shutout baton. Losing pitcher was Bill Lee, 5 innings, 3 runs, and Moody pitched 2 innings, gave up 3 runs. Erickson 1 inning and no runs for the Cubs. Stars of the game, normally I'd pick Kurt Davis, but these shutouts are becoming ho-hum for the Dodgers. And the Dodgers had only scored 2 runs in the first 2 games, so let's go with the hitting stars. Pete Reeser, 3 for 4 with 4 runs driven in, or 3 runs driven in, home run, 2 singles, and also Ducky Midwick, 2 for 4 with a home run in the 6th inning. So Pete Reeser and Joe Medwick are your stars of today's game. And in the American League, the next game will be the Chicago White Sox will travel to New York, play the Yankees in Game 11 for the American League. And in the National League tournament, Chicago will play the winner of the Boston Bees St. Louis Cardinals game, which is game 12 in the National League. Brooklyn will move on and be potentially just a couple of wins away from tournament victory. Well, that'll do it for this afternoon. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Also, the like button is helpful and move things up the YouTube algorithm. If you enjoyed this game, good night and God bless.